Sasha Banks will defend her Smackdown Women's Championship against Nia Jax to kick off the show.
It doesn't get much bigger than this. But right now, Sasha Banks had better focus on the task at hand, and that task only being Nia Jax. Sasha Banks shouldn't be focusing on this Sunday at Fastlane quite yet.
Yeah, and this Sunday at Fastlane, Corey, Sasha and the woman she was arguing with there moments ago, Bianca Belair, actually teamed together to take on Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler for the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. Not only are Sasha and Bianca partners Sunday, they're set to square off at WrestleMania if Sasha can survive tonight.
Well, we know Bianca Belair is laser focused on the grandest stage of them all, the opportunity of a lifetime to challenge Sasha for the Smackdown Women's Championship. But Sasha Banks right now with a monstrous task in front of her in one half of the reigning WWE Women's Tag Team Champions.
And here comes the powerhouse known as Nia Jax, accompanied by her tag team partner, Shayna Baszler, the current tag team champions.
And this is a sign of unity from Baszler and Nia Jax. No matter what happens prior to this Sunday at Fastlane, Jax and Baszler are a well-oiled machine.
And Corey, you notice that Reginald, Nia's new friend, is not with her here tonight. That is because Nia is giving Reginald a spa day today, so he can be refreshed for tonight's victory party. That is what Nia told me earlier on.
Nia pays Reginald extremely handsomely. He needs to make sure he's well taken care of and on top of his game. And I'm still curious to know what's going on between Reginald and Sasha Banks. I know they won't say anything publicly, but where there's smoke, there's fire.
Well, Corey, nonetheless, it was Reginald's idea, actually, to have this championship match here tonight. And WWE official Adam Pearce obviously agreed with Reginald. So Sasha defends against Nia Jax here on SmackDown.
The following contest scheduled for one fall is for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Introducing the challenger, accompanied by Shayna Baszler. She is one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Nia Jax. And her opponent, from Boston, Massachusetts, she is the SmackDown Women's Champion, Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks, a six-time women's champion. 5 times she held the Raw Women's title. 1 time the SmackDown title. She's a 2-time tag team champion. Nia Jax on the other side, 2-time tag team champion. 1 time Monday Night Raw Women's Champion. So this is for the SmackDown Women's title. This match tonight, Corey, could not only affect what happens this Sunday at Fastlane, but will definitely affect things come WrestleMania.
Listen, Sasha Banks, you'd be hard-pressed to find a woman competing on a higher level than she has been recently. That said, this could be a giant trap.
Yes. Sasha Banks looking to use quickness and speed as she takes out Shayna Baszler. The powerhouse Nia Jax looking to outpower Banks. Sasha now up to the top rope and driving Nia Jax into the second turnbuckle. And just like that, Banks starts out on the offense.
I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. Out of the gates, the champion is dominating the challenger.
And Sasha Banks now, the dollies in the corner to Nia Jax, and the challenger in trouble.
Maybe it's Nia who is, overconfident. Look at this Banks statement.
Off the Bulldog, looking for the Banks statement now. Nia Jax able to roll out of harm's way momentarily. And now the big elbow dropping Banks.
That's the power possessed by Nia Jax. One maneuver can change the complexion of an entire matchup.
And Nia, you saw the expression on her face change as she now looks to dominate Banks.
Check out this display of power from the irresistible force.
Pressing Sasha Banks over her head and dropping her face first, middle of the ring.
That could do it.
Cover now to win the championship. And a kick out by Banks at 2.
I think that was classic overconfidence from Nia Jax. Should have hooked the leg a little bit deeper of a cover. Might have a new SmackDown Women's Champion after that impact.
It may be academic because another slam by Jax. And now Nia Jax looking to put Banks away with the elbow.
That might have done it.
Connecting, covered out to win the SmackDown. able to survive at 2, but Nia Jax keeps up the pressure.
And listen, this is a point where Nia cannot get frustrated by Sasha. Nia needs to stay the course. Banks sent in and boom! Like running into a brick wall.
Sasha with a flurry to start this matchup, but has been all Nia Jax since that point. Samoan drop.
This could be it. We could have a new champion.
Again, cover. Inside leg hook. Banks kicks out at 2. And a look of disbelief and perhaps frustration starting to set in.
Nia's momentum continuing to build, but
Sasha Banks didn't ask for this. Bianca Belair marching her way to the ring. Can Banks retain her Smackdown Women's title? Or will Nia Jax win the gold?
Come on, you got it. You got it. You got to win this. Come on. Come on, Sasha.
And we are back live on Friday Night Smackdown. The Women's Championship on the line. Sasha Banks defending against Nia Jax. Sasha looking to climb back into a match that Nia Jax has dominated.
we talk at length about the resilience of Sasha Banks, but quite frankly, no one on the roster is Nia-proof. As we've seen, case in point. Look at this power from the irresistible.
Oh, and planting Banks to win the championship. Hook of the leg. Banks kicks out. You notice Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks' tag team partner, has made her way down to ringside. That is because she realizes Nia is dominating this match and Sasha's in trouble. Bianca is set to face Sasha at WrestleMania for the Women's Championship.
And since prior to the commercial break, Nia has continued to increase her momentum. This has been a totally one-sided affair. Looking for the stretch muffler submission. Just woman handling Sasha Banks. Look at this power.
Yeah, Nia Jax with ease. This is the Smackdown Women's Champion.
Wow.
That Nia Jax is dominating, slamming Banks face first.
Banks is out. Cover her.
To win the title. Banks somehow got the shoulder up in 2. But how much does Sasha Banks have left?
I honestly believe if Nia, boom, hadn't taken a moment to admire her handiwork, we'd have a new SmackDown Women's Champion right now. That was unbelievable.
Nia, is she questioning herself now, Corey? What does she have to do to put the champ away?
Nia just needs to keep her foot on the gas pedal. Keep doing what she's doing. The boss is in trouble.
And again, if Sasha taps, Nia Jax will win the championship. She has to take out Banks via pinfall or submission tonight.
And right now, Jax testing the limits of the human anatomy. Sasha Banks being bent up like an Annie Ann's pretzel.
What does Banks have to do, Corey, to climb back into this?
I have no answer for you. Nia Jax not looking to find out either. This is an agonizing submission. Puts incredible pressure on the knee, on the ankle. Banks.
Looking for a sunset flip. Nia, though, nobody home. Banks creates some space, and Sasha could have the opening she needs.
Reverse meteor to the back, covered by the champion.
Is it enough to retain? And a kick out by Nia with authority at 2. Was that Banks' last gasp?
It very well may have been. Time will truly tell. Credit to Sasha for still being in this fight in any capacity as we look once again.
Yeah, there's the meteor to the back of the neck of Nia Jax. Almost pulled off the win here.
And this is just a...
And again, with one arm, Nia slinging Banks out of the ring.
That's just a battle that Sasha Banks will never win. You never want to match power with the irresistible force.
Kicked by a Banks to Jax. And now Sasha Banks back into the ring. Nia on the ropes, however. And look at Nia just power her way back to her feet.
This is not going to end well for Sasha Banks.
Nia in position for perhaps the Samoan drop again, but elbows allow Banks to move out of it. Now trying to wrestle Nia to the floor for the Banks statement. Oh, what a counter!
Jax got planted. Banks statement.
Center of the ring. And Baszler and Bianca now getting into it.
There's some sort of physical activity on the outside. I don't know if Shayna pushed Bianca or what.
And the, oh my God, no. The official was distracted. No. Baszler just took out her own partner. And now Belair goes after Baszler.
Oh, no.
And now Sasha Banks with an opportunity. Jackknife cover. Banks retains.
Here is your winner and still the SmackDown Women's Champion, Sasha Banks.
I don't think I was alone in thinking there was no way Sasha beat Nia Jax tonight, but we were proven wrong by the boss.
Nia Jax losing to Sasha Banks as Sasha retains the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Now, thanks to an assist from Nia's own partner, Shayna Baszler.
Well, Nia and Shayna better